What if I told you this studio behind me doesn't even exist? It's actually just a small plain white wall, a bit of dodgy painting, and some clever AI magic. I know space is a real issue for most people, and after working with hundreds of Ed Lawrence's clients as the go-to studio guy, I can tell you it's one of the biggest problems out there. So in this video, I'm going to show you how I use Photoshop's generative fill to turn this boring background into a pro-looking YouTube set, and how you can pull off the same trick even if your filming space is as basic as this. Step 1. You might think you need a massive Pinterest-worthy studio to make your videos look good. But let's get real. Most of us are filming next to a pile of washing which never seems to get packed away, or squeezed between a window and a radiator. Take my example studio space. It's literally a 2-meter patch of wall with a kids' play kitchen right in the way. But here's the thing, you don't need a fancy large space. All you actually need is a blank bit of wall to set up a small clean space behind you, no matter what's lurking nearby. The rest, well, we'll fix that with a little AI magic. So no excuses, look around your place, find that forgotten patch of wall, even if there's a toy kitchen or a rogue plant in the way, that's potentially your new studio. Step 2. Okay, next you actually need to make a decision because, believe it or not, the colour of your wall really matters. If you skip this, you'll end up disappointed when your AI results look nothing like you pictured. Say your wall's white, like this. You'll get a bright, clean background. Great if that's your vibe, but that's all you'll get. If you want something moodier, just paint a patch, stick on some removable wallpaper, or just lean a painted board behind you the colour you want your studio. There's really no need to redecorate the whole room as the AI will sample just that area and fill in the rest to match. So don't go buying 5 litres of black paint and ruining your partner's living room. You're just giving the AI a hint of what you want the background to look like. Pick your vibe, tweak just a bit behind you, and let the AI do the heavy lifting. Step 3. Okay, next you need to decide on something really important. Your lighting style. The look you pick here doesn't just affect how you appear in the shot, it actually sets the tone for the entire background too. So start by choosing the vibe you want. You know, maybe it's the classic Rembrandt lighting with that dramatic triangle of light on your cheek, or perhaps you prefer a flat lighting style for a softer, more even feel. Whatever you choose, the AI will pick up on it and mimic it, including the direction and softness of your shadows. So your lighting choice isn't just about making yourself look good, it sets the rules for the whole scene. If you really want to add a real wow factor, here's a pro tip. Add a hair light. Think of it as the final piece of a puzzle. Without it, the picture just isn't complete. But as soon as you add that last piece, suddenly everything fits and the whole scene makes sense. The hair light creates a subtle glow that visually links you to the AI-generated background, whether that's a lamp behind you or sunlight from a window off to the side. Adding this hair light helps the whole image click together and it just feels right. But here's a key detail. Pay attention to your hair light's colour. If your hair light is set to around daylight, which is around 5600 Kelvin, but you want a warm, cozy lamp in the background, the colours are going to clash and ruin the mood. Instead, match the hair light's colour for the vibe you want. For a warm, inviting look, set it to around 2500 Kelvin. This way, when you ask the AI for a cozy lamp in the background, the lighting across you and the background will feel perfectly matched. Let's run through the steps one more time. Decide on your lighting style before you shoot. Rembrandt, flat, whatever you like. Position your main light close for the softest, most flattering result. Add a hair light on the opposite side to act as your final puzzle piece, linking you to the AI background lamp or window. Match your hair light's colour to the mood you want in your AI-generated background. A lamp would be around 2500 Kelvin, while a window would be closer to 5600 Kelvin. Step 4. Filming and prepping your edit. So now you're ready to film, just like you normally would, even though your background, it doesn't exist yet. But here's one crucial tip. Keep your arm movements inside the safe zone of your actual background. If your hands stray beyond the painted area or real area behind you, those parts will get lost when you mask and add the AI background later. For example, if I wave my hand past the edge of my backdrop, the new background will cover it up and my hand will disappear. To avoid this, remember the limits of your original background and stay within them. If you do accidentally go too far, don't worry, a quick fix is to punch in on your shot during editing to crop out the problem area. Once you film, bring your footage into your editing software. Doesn't matter if you use Premiere, Final Cut, DaVinci, even iMovie. Just make sure it lets you mask. Now's the time to trim out any fumbles, cut those awkward pauses, tighten up your delivery, and get your color grading sorted. When your A-roll is looking sharp, Export a single frame from your software and open it up in Photoshop. Step 5. Now comes the creative part, building your background. There are 2 ways to go about this. There's the simple, fairly basic way, which is just asking Photoshop to create a random AI background, or there's the pro way, where you take control and design your set piece by piece exactly how you want it. We'll try both methods so you can see the difference in what you get. Let's start with the quick and easy route. Make a selection around the area you want to keep with the lasso tool and invert it to select just the background. In the contextual taskbar, hit the generative fill button, type something like a realistic, cozy ambient studio background, hit return, and Photoshop creates you 3 variations. Not quite right? Well, press generate again for 3 new options, or tweak your prompt to include more details such as with plants or with bookshelves to refine it. This method gives you a solid looking scene with almost 0 effort, and all you need to do then is save out your image and it's ready for the magic. Most tutorials stop here, slapping in random AI furniture, but if you want a set that's truly yours, let's take it further with my pro method. Think about what you want in your set, maybe a Chesterfield sofa, a floating shelf, or that perfect lamp from another channel. Screenshot it, save it, don't leave AI guessing, give it clear, specific direction. Use ChatGPT to break down your references. Open ChatGPT and upload your screenshots. Ask, here's a Chesterfield sofa I like. Describe it and write me a Photoshop generative fill prompt. ChatGPT will break it down for you, textures, lighting, even the stitching. Now you've got a perfectly worded prompt to drop into Photoshop's generative fill. Open your exported frame and use the lasso tool to select the area you want to keep. Invert the selection just like we did in the easy method, so now you've got the background selected and ready for your AI image. But first, let's make a clean blank canvas for your wall. With the background selected, use generative fill, leave the prompt box empty and hit generate. This gives you a fresh wall, white, coloured, whatever matches your safe zone. In our instance, it's blue. Now let's start building your scene piece by piece. Use the lasso tool to select where you want your first item to go. Let's say a fake wooden wall on the left. Type your prompt into generative fill and tweak the description until you're happy with how it looks. If you want something more detailed, like a specific piece of furniture, just copy and paste the prompt you created in ChatGPT for that item. This helps Photoshop get it just right. Don't worry if some things look too sharp or in focus. You can always add a blur effect once your scene is finished. Continue making new selections and adding in prompts for other items like plants, lamps, or wall art. You can even select an area that already has something on it. For example, add a piece of furniture in front of your wooden wall, and then on top of that, add a table lamp or some little plants. It all works together as layered files. Tweak each element until everything matches your lighting and looks just how you want. And remember, keep the safe zone clear of any of the AI work. Don't make it too perfect either. A bit of furniture or art cropping out a frame makes the scene just that little bit more real. Once everything looks like the set you dreamed of, then save that image out and we're ready for the next magic step. Step 6. Masking and blending. Most people rush this bit, but if you get it right, nobody will ever guess your studio is actually squeezed between a kid's play kitchen and a pile of Lego. Start by importing your new AI background into your editing software. Drag that image above your main footage and stretch it out across the whole timeline since you'll need it for the entire edit. Now comes the magic, masking yourself into your new set. Every editing software does this a little differently, but I'll show you how in Premiere. Just follow along and you'll get the idea. First, drop the opacity of your AI background to 50% so you can see a safe zone from the original footage underneath. Next, grab the pen tool and carefully trace around your visible safe zone. Invert the mask, crank the opacity back up to 100%, and boom, there you are, surrounded by your custom-made set. Now let's make it believable. Feather that edge of your mask to soften the transition. Too sharp and you'll see a harsh line. Too soft and you'll start to lose your hands. Tweak it and skim through your footage to make sure you don't accidentally erase part of yourself mid-gesture. Now, the final trick to selling the illusion, add some depth. AI backgrounds are usually all in focus, which can make things a little bit fake, especially if you want your background to feel like it's actually behind you. Add a touch of Gaussian blur to the background layer to mimic that natural camera depth. Suddenly your studio feels bigger and more cinematic. Just make sure you filmed with enough distance from your real background so you don't get any awkward shadows on the wall. And that's it. You've just pulled off a studio transformation that would fool just about anyone. But here's the thing, even the best AI background won't look real without the right lighting. Seriously, lighting is the magic ingredient that ties it all together. If you want your setup to look truly professional, don't skip this next step. Click the video on screen to dive into lighting basics. Trust me, it will make the difference. And if you want some extra help building your dream studio, whether that's in person or remotely, I work with creators one-on-one to make it happen. There's a link in the description if you want to learn more.